So would anyone in the class like to volunteer their expertise, their knowledge that they've gained, and share it with one or all of the students that were not here yesterday? Who will be the What was it? Let me bring this back here. Let me get this. Hold on. She says she's excited. We turned it down yesterday. We'll turn it off. No problem. But that was bothering you yesterday. How about that? First the phone wasn't talking, I was talking too much. That is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Miss Shaw said, I didn't even know my phone had a microphone. That's beautiful, beautiful. Thank you for that. Anyone else like to share? Because she just shared talk to text. Now, do you know what talk to text is, Miss Charlotte? No? Oh. Yep. Hey, now you're going to learn. Maury! Good morning! Oh, my gosh. Came in mad at me. Uh-oh. Oh, my gosh. This is Maury right here, one of my favorite students. That is not true! Oh, my God. Oh, no, we can call you definitely on my list. Never not trying to call Maury. No. Okay. Let me introduce Maury, everyone. This is Maury. This is one of my students. It's like Corin's one of my students from last going around. Another one of my students from last going around. Joyce was a student from last going around. So it's good to have some people to come back.
Oh, and some softer chairs. Hallelujah.
Yes, we got hard chairs last time.
And they got hand decorated.
Oh, yes. And Jonathan, how about you? The talk to text. You have no idea as well. Okay. Now I know Maury may remember. Do you remember talk to text?
Yeah, I saw how we did it the last time, and yeah, that's good, but I keep forgetting to do the talk to text.
We're about to do it right now.
May I have it,
Yes, you may.
yeah.
There you go. Very welcome. Now, does anyone who was here yesterday remember how to do talk to text? You put the mic on. That's why you got to touch that microphone. That's right. That's right. When you open up your text app or your email app, there's either going to be one or two microphones.
Search and then hit the microphone.
That's right. You hit the microphone
Hit the microphone.
and you start talking.
Talk. Microphone.
Yeah. We have a brand new student back here. Okay. We got somebody, we got my son back there. And we have Miss Barnett back there. I know her.
I've known her since she was 1 year old.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Nene and Maury?
Nene, yes.
What? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Small world.
Small world. Look at that. Come on, come on. This is amazing. Yes. This is so special. Now you say you know her. Now she's known me all my life.
Was he a bad boy?
What? What? This is amazing. What an amazing. I did not expect this. This is my heart touched. when you talk to your phone, it's going to change your voice into letters and words so the person can read it. Huh? Oh. Look it up. Yeah, let's click on it. Type in something, and then that little arrow, that sends the message. And so that first microphone changes your voice into words. And then that second microphone, it doesn't change your voice into words, it records your voice. Just like when you would listen to your voicemail. And so you're sending someone a voice message. So you don't have to call them and then wait for the phone to ring and then it goes and listen to the voicemail and then you leave a message. You can simply leave them a voicemail message through the text by holding the microphone instead of tapping it. And then you just speak and then they'll hear your message rather than reading your message. So we got talk to text and that other one is called direct voicemail. You may only have one. Some phones only have one. A lot of the iPhones have two. They have one at the bottom and one that's right in the text box. It either looks like a little recording symbol or look like a little microphone. You hold that one and then it'll record your voice rather than translate your voice into text. And the person will hear it like a voicemail. Technology is amazing. No, DM just stands for direct message. So a text message is a DM. And like if you were sending it from like something like WhatsApp, that's a DM from WhatsApp. It's a direct message from that application. That's all DM is. Does everybody have the text to voice? Voice to text? Boom, okay, all right. Now, does anyone else remember something else that we did yesterday? Because we had a few people who weren't here. We did something else that was very significant, that if you're out in the open, in public, and you have your laptop with you, you have your tablet with you, and you want to get on the internet, and you notice, right? Hotspot, that's right. If you don't have Wi-Fi available to you, how can you get on the internet using your tablet that doesn't have internet? Or your laptop, or your smartwatch, or any device that has Wi-Fi capabilities. You know, these days, your glasses can connect to Wi-Fi. You all know that, right? They got smart glasses. You walk around, the internet is in your lens. They got it so that if you walk past a famous person, it's going to tell you, you just walk past John Lennon. You just walk past your favorite person. And they'll tell you their birthday, their history, everything. Alright? Now let's have a good conversation going along with that, because when you wear these glasses, they introduce you to two types of things. They introduce you to something that's called virtual reality, and also something that's called augmented reality. Now everyone's probably heard of virtual reality, right? 3D, virtual reality, right? When you put something over your eyes and then you're looking into a world that's not real. It's a digital world, right? But you can't actually interact with it. But you can visually interact with it, that you can intuitively interact with it, but you're not physically interacting with it, right? It's a virtual world. So you can do virtual reality on the television, but it's cooler when you put the glasses on. Or when you put on the big helmet, and then you shoot all the zombies and you walk around 360, and then you have these little haptic feedbacks. So if you get shot, it feels like you got hit. That's a cool little thing. They got these things all out for these video games. But they also have it for your health, right? If you they hook it up to these devices that assist you to walk. Have you seen these walking leg devices you put on? You know, you control it with the app. You with the USB, just like your cell phones. It's amazing. So let's talk about what augmented reality is, because you all are going to experience it. It's like you're experiencing AI. Augmented reality is when you are walking in the real world and a device that you're wearing puts a digital thing into the real world. So let me give you an example. You all have used Amazon, right? The app where you can buy just about anything you can think of. When you start looking at items, it starts to give you an option now. Let's say you want to look at a dinner table. And when you look it up, it'll say this little option say, do you want to place it in your room? Does anybody notice that? And you can place the table in your room virtually and it'll match up the size. That is augmented reality. It is placing a digital item onto the real world. And then you can interact with it. So you can actually go walk up to the item and pick up something, even though you don't feel it in your hand, but the device recognizes that you picked it up. You can interact with it, you can eat digital food, you can press digital buttons, and you'll have a whole augmented reality. Now they have whole video games that work off that technology. I'm sure you all heard of this popular game called Pokemon. That is based heavily off of virtual and augmented reality. Because what you can do is you turn on your phone and you look at it, all these little Pokemon gonna pop up all over the place. If I open up my phone right now, a bunch of little animals gonna pop up in the gym. And I can take my little virtual Pokeball and throw it. And I'm gonna catch one. And I can battle it and fight with it and do all types of things. And it's a real world inside of a virtual world that interacts with my physical world. How crazy is that? And then I can get real information from that world to do things. So check this out. Think about this. This is real life today. So, you know we have basically cameras everywhere, right? Everywhere you step out, there's a camera somewhere, you can't do anything. The police, somebody can see you doing something walking down the street. With all of these web connections, right? I can take my little augmented pet, say, hey little buddy, go out there. I can tell him to go outside, walk outside the building, and he can tell me what's outside because he's connected to the web, to all the cameras that's outside. Then he can come back in here and give me real information about what's going on and what he saw outside. So if he saw somebody walking outside with a red jacket, he can come back and tell me what he saw and describe it to me. That's like some heavy spy technology that's real. And how many ways can you use it? You can sit in the car, see the little pet to the grocery store, see if they got all the items you want. They say, oh no, they ran out of chips, so we going to the next store. I ain't gonna waste my time going in there. The options are limitless. It's all about what you come up with. What can I get this thing to do? I don't feel like going downstairs. Let me make sure I got enough stuff in the refrigerator. Go ahead and look real quick. You don't see what my grandbaby's doing. Let me know. Yes, and that program is called an algorithm. Algorithms run everything. That's why you can just press a button and everything runs. Everything runs off what's called a binary system. Zeros and ones.
So, I'm at the store, and I don't know if I have enough, whatever. Can I send the little vet to my house to look around and see?
Yes,
How you do that?
as long as there are cameras and web connections, it can get real life information and bring that information back to you. That is augmented reality. electrical signals interacting with other electrical signals. Everything we see, because we know how physics works, we don't actually touch the table. It's electrical signals in our hands, in our table that are repelling each other. That's what we feel is touch. We don't actually touch anything. And so that's all that's going on. It's electrical signals bouncing off all the time, so it can actually travel anywhere. Right? I can send my little pet to Spain. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to actually walk out the door. I can just press a button and he just pops up to Spain. As long as there's cameras there, or digital, as long as the digital web is there. Just like I can click on a website and I can click on it and look at a picture of the Eiffel Tower in real time. Because there's live feeds. In the same nature, I can pop up my little animal over there. It's all digital. It's all across the web. If you can view it, you can send something. If you can send an email across the world, you can send your animal across the world. Because it's just a digital thing. It's all electrical signals. Oh, you know there's money in crime. There is big money in crime. So you have to also think about this. There's a reason that in some areas there are very high definition cameras that can zoom in and see what everybody does. And then you'll notice in areas in which they don't care about what's happening, low resolution cameras, all black and white cameras, no color. They can't really see in low light. So where they want low crime, they will have better cameras that can zoom in. They have cameras that automatically zooms in wherever one has a gunshot. Whenever you hear that sound, zooms right into the area, color, 4K, high definition, it'll catch every single person in the area. You see that the cameras with those balls? It's a 360 camera. It's not just one direction. So, but there is big money in allowing someone to feel like they can get away with something, and then going back to get them later and charging them big fines. That's big money right there. And it's big money in jails. That's a big business. Now, if you put those high definition cameras up everywhere, you're going to decrease the profit for all those big jails and all those fines you're getting. That's big business. So you'll notice that. It's a lot of things are in place and not in place because of profit. All right? The same reason we got to keep buying these phones every other year. Because, that's right, they don't last. Because of what's called planned obsolescence. Planned obsolescence. Good morning, morning, morning. How you feeling? Go ahead and get you a seat. How you feeling, Bill? Hold on a second. Sure, let's hear it. Say it again. Can it be picked up? Yes. If you have cameras in your house and you have them connected to the internet, they can't be hacked. Just like if your refrigerator is hooked up to the Wi-Fi, your coffee maker hooked up to the Wi-Fi, you know your Keurig machine that's hooked up, when you're in your bedroom, you start pressing your app, it'll start making your coffee for you downstairs. That's hooked up to your network. Your vacuum, that's your Roomba. It's hooked up. When you press the button, now the Roomba comes out, vacuums your whole room. That's hooked up to your network. Everything's hooked up to your network. And those vacuums and those coffee makers, those things don't have high security. Right? Your computer has way more security than your coffee maker. So your hacker is going to hack, the hacker is going to hack your coffee maker to get onto your Wi-Fi system. Now that they're on your Wi-Fi, you have easy access to everything that is connected to your Wi-Fi. That's correct. They're not. It's just these days they're selling more and more of them are. It's like if you have a screen on it, it probably has a Wi-Fi capability where they want you to be able to control it from anywhere.
So, if you sleep with the TV on, somebody in that TV's watching you.
Absolutely, there's a good chance that anybody can hack your TV and watch you through your camera.
So they just looking at you and sleep.
Yes. Classic voyeurism. That's right. You can cover up the camera. You can cover up with some paper, some tape. Absolutely. Yes. Say it again. Right, you can uncover it so you can record yourself and do things and cover it back up. Yes, but anyone who's a hacker, they can get access to your cameras. And also think about more and more people are getting their climate system in their homes, right, connected to Wi-Fi. So you can control the temperature when you're not home. More and more people are doing that, right? And it also saves energy. Let's say you left and you're like, oh, I forgot to turn the heat down, because while you're gone, you want to turn the heat down a little bit because it's not working as hard to keep that high temperature. You want to keep it a little bit lower so it doesn't work as hard. You can do that while you're on vacation. You know, if you're gone and then your grandbabies come home, you can turn the heat up and they don't have to touch a thing. This digital is very, very different, okay? And now, let's talk about the thing that also that's very important is this hotspot and how it works. Because I know Jonathan doesn't know about the hotspot. Or maybe, have you heard of a hotspot, Jonathan?
Yeah, maybe. It's you can get an internet connection to your phone.
That's it? Yes. It is literally using your phone to put internet onto a different device, so you can use that. So say you got a phone and a tablet, right? And you're like, this tablet has a much bigger screen, but you didn't purchase a phone service for your tablet. You can just use the internet from your phone. Do you know how to do it? Let's show you how real fast. I think you may be the only one. Devil, do you remember how to use your phone as a hotspot? Okay, pull it out real fast. Go to your settings option right on your screen. On the phone, yeah, go to settings. And everybody go ahead and do it. You know, it's good memorization to do it over and over again. Do your settings, and in your search bar, type in the word hotspot, all one word, HOTSPOT. Got it? Then you click on it. Yep. You go to your settings first, and then there's a search. Okay. Type in hotspot. And then you click on that option, then you're going to start seeing some options that says customization, where you can change the name and the password. Now I see some people's faces. I'm about to come around now. We're about to knock this out.
It says personal hotspot. We're all joining hotspot.
You want your personal hotspot. phone, when you have your phone, that is your hotspot. You're looking for the option of hotspot on your phone, and your hotspot is the thing that is sending off the internet. And then on your tablet, that's where you're using the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi is receiving the signal. So your cell phone puts out the signal, that's the hotspot. Your tablet receives it, that's the Wi-Fi. And the name that you're looking for when you turn on the Wi-Fi is the name you gave your phone in your options for the hotspot. And the password that you're typing in is the password that you change it to on the hotspot. So it make it very easy for yourself. Like I was suggesting to Mrs. Shaw, she can change her network name to Mrs. Shaw, and she can change the password to her son's name, Jonathan. So you can keep it really easy for yourself and memorize it. No, so this is different. So I know when you have these websites and they're telling you to do a password, they're telling you you have to have uppercase letters and lowercase letters, you have to have special characters. You don't have to do this with this password. This password can be anything you want. If you want it to just be 1, 2, 3, 4, that's what it's going to be. You don't have to worry about the length, using uppercase, lowercase. You can just have your password as flowers. Have it beautiful. That's the name of it. It's hotspot.
So this hotspot is pulling the energy, electricity from the universe,
So what it's doing is your cell phone, you're paying a cell phone service. And the cell phone service is pulling it down from the air, right, like that. And now that cell phone service is basically being bounced off of your phone onto your tablet.
Okay.
So your tablet can use the service. That's what's going on. Yeah. Go ahead and change tomorrow. Because he was named after me. Yes, I did. I sure did. their tablets with them, and they are now connecting their tablets to their cell phone. How cool is that? So wherever you go, you don't have to worry about looking for a public Wi-Fi. And you know that public Wi-Fi is easily hacked because there's no security whatsoever, no password, and then anybody pretty much who comes to their store or their establishment use the Wi-Fi. So it's a huge advantage that you use your own secure Wi-Fi, right? But if you're in a scenario in which you just have to use the public Wi-Fi, that's where those VPNs come in, those virtual private networks, because they basically mask who you are and you look like someone else according to the internet, rather than who you really are. So if I'm Marvin Covington and I have a VPN, I get on the internet, it might change me to be John Stokes. So now I can be John Stokes and nobody knows it's me on the internet because of the VPN, and it's protecting me in that nature. So if someone is trying to hack Marvin Covington, is looking for Marvin Covington, they see John Stokes and they just keep going. It gives you a costume, a mask, so that you look like someone else and you can act as someone else. So you're not being hacked and you're not vulnerable to hacks. Like it gives you some type of shield of protection. You know, you put on this big metal shield, now all someone sees is a big metal armor. They don't see you inside the armor. And now you can walk in places protected. Right? But if you walk in with your own network, you don't need that extra big suit of armor. That's right, that's security. So that's a beautiful thing when you're traveling. Use that. So let's get into some more of the lessons, because that's a huge recap that everybody should be able to do on your own when you're not in class. Because that's the whole purpose of coming to the class. Is that when you're out in the world of an airplane, the dentist's office, you're waiting on anybody's dental office, the dentist, the doctor, the eyeglass place, anywhere, you can get on your big tablet and not keep squinting to your phone or your smartwatch. Now let's open up the packet. All right, and then we're going to take a quick break. But let's open up the packet. And you notice we just did number one, that was a recap and overview. We already did number two, that was talk to text. Right? And we did number three. But what I want to shoot to real fast, I want to skip real quick to number 7. Real fast, and we're going to come back to it. But I want to do an introduction to this before the break. Because this is something that's a part of everybody's world right here, number 7. All of these virtual assistants, right? They're everywhere. They're talking to us, listening to us, giving us advice, taking directions, and then also doing the opposite of what we tell it to do, and frustrate us at the same time. So let's talk about it, all right? And we got some popular ones, okay? Like Siri, that's the first one, right? And that's made by Apple, okay? The next one right there is Bixby, made by Samsung, okay? And then the third one, Google Assistant. You got an Android phone, you pretty much got Google. And then that next one, number 4, is Alexa, my dad's favorite. And that is also hooked up with Google, because Google owns Amazon. Okay, Google's, they may be the biggest company on earth, I think. And then number 5, Cortana. Cortana is a Microsoft AI, okay? And we're gonna go into detail about the differences of these AI because they do different things, all right? And then let's look at B. You see these things called LLMs, large language models. That's the AIs that can talk to you and they're gonna talk back. And they don't have a full conversation with you. I know you've heard of ChatGPT, but they're not the only game in town. You look right under that, Google has their own AI called Bard. And then you flip to the next page, and you see they also have some competitors. One is called Bing with Microsoft. That's a search AI. And then the next biggest competitor is called Meta. Meta is what used to be called Facebook. That's right. And Meta also bought this app that's called WhatsApp. Has anybody used WhatsApp? So they own that, and it also uses the Meta AI. So if you use WhatsApp, you can go right into that and just use the AI. You can ask it questions. It'll give you all sorts of information. All right, so let's take a quick break. Quick 15, 20-minute break. I also like people to mingle, talk to each other. You don't even know. You never know who you know, okay? You can live right around the corner from the person you sit right next to. They can live in the house right behind you, okay? That's right. All right, courage, mingle and talk, and we'll be back on this journey to take the walk. And feel free to talk to me on the break.